I used to ask this of politicians, but I think it's more appropriate for, anybody right now. But attorney generals, you're going to come under attack like nobody's business. How's your soul? What's the worth of your soul?
I am so glad you asked that. I have teenage kids. I have twins. They're 13. And my husband and I have discussed this very issue when I told him I wanted to run for attorney general. I sold it to him like this. I said, what if I apply for a job that doesn't pay any more than what I'm making, and I have to ask strangers for money to get it, and people are going to be really mean to us? And he said, I'm in. Wow. And it is a significant race. In Utah, there's a Senate race to replace Senator Mitt Romney, and that's taking a lot of the energy in the states. But what I want people to know is that the attorney general race is more important to their daily lives, because Congress is broken. They're not getting the work done. Who's getting the work done? It's our Republican attorneys general. I want to point back to something you'd said on a previous show. You'd said what we need is a strong conservative law firm to fight these fights. Yeah. And that's exactly what our Republican attorneys general are. Our job is to fight this fight and to fight this incredible administrative state that is changing the very ground underneath us without any oversight from Congress or the president. They've abdicated these important roles to bureaucrats. I'm a bureaucrat myself currently, but I, in the state of Utah, have significant oversight by the governor's office and the legislature, and unfortunately Congress isn't doing that. So the attorney general and me as the attorney general will fight to protect Utah, to protect conservative values across the country, and be that conservative law firm, the conservative voice for the country.
Rachel, I'll tell you, and I would tell you this privately, but everything I say, is always on the record. If you have a single fingernail of a skeleton in your closet, it will be found and used against you. And I would recommend, if you haven't already, I'm sure you have, but get everything out. You can't have anything. No one could. Whatever you want, they will try to offer to you. And it will be very tempting. Everything that you're afraid of, if they can't get you with what you want, they will scare the hell out of you with everything you're afraid of. You cannot be afraid of anything.
Yeah, that is true. As someone who has been deep in the trenches of litigation, I've felt that. This is next level. This is next level. And I'm prepared for that. I hope my family is prepared for that. I don't think you can ever be truly prepared for that. No. In terms of, there is a huge temptation in politics, and I can see it from those who I know who are in this space. You get exposed to a lot of money, a lot of fun activities. The reason why I'm prepared for that is, one, my faith. I go to church every Sunday. My family is very devout. And the second is my family. I have 13-year-old twins. I don't have time for the nonsense of the political space that wants to offer me things. All I want to do is to go to work for the state of Utah and then come home and do carpool and go to my kids' sporting events. And I want to be the most boring attorney general that the state of Utah has ever seen, because all I'm going to do is the work for the state and stay out of the news for anything other than winning.
Honestly, that's the way Mike Lee has made an impact. He's just boring as snot. There's nothing happening with. You're not looking for a scandal for him because nothing's happening. Can I ask you?
If I may,
yeah.
Well, if I may, I am going to come clean about one tiny political fib. So on my website, it says that I love hunting. So the truth of the matter is my husband he's obsessed with hunting. It's his favorite thing in the world. And I love him, and therefore I love hunting.
Okay.
There are all kinds of taxidermy in my house.
Yeah. God bless you.
I have gone, and an activity that requires you to get up at 4 a.m. and sit quietly in the cold is not actually for me.
Yeah,
So
good. I'm glad we cleared that up.
I've now cleared the air. I've cleared the air.
Can I ask you something? This may be unfair, and feel free to say so, because you have no reason to be following this other than curiosity, and I'm asking your professional opinion. What do you think of the case of Donald Trump and the $350 million settlement?
I think it's outrageous. One of the biggest complaints, and that's a fair complaint in our nation today, that people feel is that there are two tiers of justice. One for the rich and the powerful and the liberal, and one for everybody else. And we've seen that play out over and over again over the last 4 years. And that has to stop, because our country is built on trust. Our foundation is trust. If people believe that the judicial system still works for them, then we're safe from tyranny and anarchy. When they stop believing that it works for them, then we fall into chaos.
Yeah.
And so when cases like this happen, it's very troubling, because it only reinforces people's greatest fears, that the system doesn't work for them, that it's stacked against them. And then people will take justice into their own hands, which is deeply dangerous and will destabilize us as a country. So my goal is to return us to a system where it's equal justice for all under the law.
Rachel Terry is her name. When is the race? When is the vote for this?
So in Utah, we've got a caucus convention system. I am a convention-only candidate, which means I did not pay to get on the ballot, which is what you can do with signatures. So on the primary ballot. So I'm going to convention on April 27th. Our caucus is March 5th. Every Republican should show up to their caucus on March 5th. They can find out where to attend on precinctportal.org. And run to be a state delegate so they can meet me and vote for me at the state convention on April 27th. And I'm confident we'll make it through. I'll make it through the convention and be on the primary ballot on June 25th.
Good. I hope so. Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate it. Her name is Rachel Terry. She is a candidate now for Attorney General in Utah, just endorsed by the Attorney General of Texas on the program. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate it.